What's going on, folks? I've got to tell you, God bless, my YouTube has been such a pain in the ass this week. And it's not working. That's awesome. Well, anywho. So I hope all of y'all are doing well. And you can tell by my voice, it was a long day yesterday. I don't even know where to begin. So, you want to talk about weird things, like day-to-day lessons for preparedness. I experienced about 4 all in one 12-hour period. Hey, what's up, Vato? So, yesterday's schedule was I had a clay shoot, 4-man team, charity event, with 3 guys I shoot with all the time. One, a former Marine, 2 hunting types. Like, we were good. We're a good team. Hey, what's going on? KP. By the way, my chat is once again locked in top chat, so I'm not seeing all the chat, and I'm trying to change it, but it will not let me change it because YouTube is the devil. Anyway, so this yesterday was so weird. So I get up in the morning, got up at 4:30 because I had to drive to this shoot, get my cooler, get my vehicle, all my shit in my truck, check my truck looks good. Fill up on the way out, throw some ice in the cooler. Hey, Macabus. And I start hauling butt to the clay shoot. I'm getting there early. I had that live stream yesterday. I was talking to you guys. At that point, the day was normal. Pull into the clay shoot area, and all of a sudden I hear, like, what the flip was that? By the time I made it through the parking lot, I parked on this concrete pad because there was a dirt lot. Sure enough, my front left tire is gone. It's just, it's deflated. So, you know, there are vehicles at this clay shoot place. They get the machine, they refill my tire. One of my teammates shows up and he says, roll the tire real slow. So as I'm rolling, you hear rolling, all of a sudden, rolling. He's like, yeah, the tire's hosed. So great. So I'm trying to now change a tire. He's helping me. The other 2 guys are signing the team in. Thank God I got 4 of my regulars. All right. So, yeah, and I'm 40 minutes away. Hey, Dakota. So you'd think, easy. Hey, Devil Dog. Hey, Dan. So, by the way, for those of you showing up late, I'm locked in this live or top chat, not live chat, so I'm not seeing everything right now. So I'm not ignoring you. I won't see it on the screen. So anyway, they're pulling everything apart on the convention. So anyway, I found out day before the shoot, I'm going to be at this technology conference / concert / barbecue. 100 companies and about 4,000 expected guests, and I'm going to be working my company's tent, which was freaking massive, right next to the stage where the bands were playing. So hence I was yelling all night. I lost my voice. Anyway, I drive to the clay shoot place. There goes my tire. So I'm battling that stupid jack you have. Thankfully, I remembered to make sure I always have the key for my wheel locks in my glove box, because that would have caused a problem. Got the tire swap, so 2 of us are doing the tire, 2 guys are signing in the team. Thankfully, it's my regular team, right? We go and shoot. Halfway through the shoot, one of the stations, the machines got screwed up. And then they had 2 shooters who didn't know what they were doing, and they kept jamming their shotguns. So we said, screw this, we're gonna skip. So we skipped all the stations, right? We were just bouncing around because there were stations nobody was at, because they were all backlogged. And for those of you unfamiliar with sporting clays, it's kind of like this 1-mile trail, and you have different stations you shoot at. So we skipped around. We started at 9, we're done at 10:30. We waited there for 20 minutes for everyone else to come back. That's how fast we finished. We didn't win a prize because one of the guys sucked yesterday, and he was totally out of practice, which was fine. We didn't really give a shit. But so I'm like, all right, done. So now I drive home, go to the tire place. They're like, it'll be 5 hours before we can even look at your truck. I'm like, shit. Go to Sam's Club, and they got 4 technicians playing football in the bay because they have nothing to do. I'm like, perfect. So I swapped the 2 tires. The one that was screwed up, the other one just was waiting to fail. Swapped my tires, so now I got 2 new ones, which I probably should have done a while ago. Because I'd swapped 2, I was going to swap the other 2. They just died. Get home, shower and shave, and haul ass to this event. And see, so there we go. There goes the tire. That ran me a chunk of money, the tires. Go to the event, and I show up in jeans. It's 100 degrees out. I didn't realize we could wear shorts, so now I'm baking in this shit, and I couldn't go home because I Ubered there. And we're there with the client. CEO shows up. Now, I had a feeling the big bosses were going to get there. So I wore a nice shirt. I tried to look composed. CEO shows up. One of the other guys is skunk drunk, so now we're trying to run interference for him and hide him so he doesn't get in trouble. Hey, guys. Hey, Pilgrim. Finally, evening's ended. I'm done, right? I've been up since 4:30. It's now 11 at night. I need another shower. I've been outdoors the whole day. No Ubers. Could not get a freaking Uber. There were so many people in that event that the cell towers were clogged. And I left my first responder phone at home, which would have given me priority. Because I'm like, why do I need 2 phones? So I walked home at midnight in the dark. I promise you I had no hangover this morning because I burned the alcohol out of me walking back home. My wife finally received one of my texts like 30 minutes after I left the event. Found me about a half mile from the house. I was almost home when she found me. And she said, I knew the route you'd take and I saw you had your flashlight in your hand. So just a lot of weird shit. So what did I learn yesterday? 1, know how to change your tire. Obviously I do. But be familiar with where the jack and all the bullshit are. Because where my old pickup truck used to have it and where this newer one has it, 2 totally different places. So I had to go and dig around my vehicle to find it. Hell, even the tire shop guys didn't know where it was. They're like, where the hell's the connection thing? I'm like, it's back there. 2, I realized my fuel funnel for this truck is not where it's supposed to be, which means I gotta go find the fuel funnel and put it in the correct place. 3, think about it if it had been an actual SHTF and not, oh, there's no Ubers. And I was at an event and I'd been out all day, relatively tired, and I'd had some booze, and then something happens, and you gotta walk home. So I realized, 3, I'm actually in better shape than I thought I was, but everything hurts today. Like, my butt cheeks hurt, my back hurts, my chest hurts from the shooting and all the lifting of tires and stuff. Everything smarts right now, but I have absolutely no hangover. I just sound like Nick Nolte on a bad day. But all those little oh shits throughout the day, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm glad I prepare for shit. And I found some places where I was lacking that I'm like, I don't have a fuel filter in the truck. It's supposed to be there, but it's not there for whatever reason. So I got to go and dig up the back seat and find out why it's not there. It always happened after. Swirl Lawn Chairs had it in for him. Yeah, it always happened. And you know what's funny? Because I was out all day, right? I knew I was dehydrated. Super dry air out here in West Texas. So I was having, after 1 alcoholic drink, I'd have 2 Topo Chicos. So I was hydrating on the fly, and I ate food. Some people did not eat food, and they were pie-eyed. I also learned, don't play cornhole tournaments with drunks because they think the little beanbags are ninja stars. Like, they have no perception of the depth or distance to the stupid scoring pad. And so they're dinging the public with the damn beanbags, which was funny to me. Fortunately, we didn't get in trouble. But actually, the bosses told us to put the game there. Buy it is fun, but next day is rough. Well, Joe, by the time I walked, it was about 3 miles. I walked 2 of the 3 when my wife found me, roughly. So by then, all the booze, you hear my voice is cracking, all the booze and all the drunk had pretty much gotten out of my system, and now I was just like tired. So yeah, still hydrating today. But hydrate before you go out. I did that, which was smart. I had a proper breakfast, which was smart. I always have them check my spare tire when I go into the auto shop for oil change or whatever. And if they don't, I will. And that saved my ass because I had a full-size, good spare. My dad had a flat one time and his spare was flat. And he was pissed. And, you know, I was a teenager and I'm thinking to myself, it's your car, Dad. Like, you tell me check your tires, you didn't check your spare. So after extended period of drinking, I sweat oil. Hey, ugly dog, what's going on? So in any case, a few lessons learned. I'll tell you, I shot really good yesterday and I won nothing because someone beat me out. So I'm not gonna bitch though. I got to shoot frisbees and eat tacos for free yesterday. And then I drank in the afternoon. And then walked home in the dark. So it was just a strange day. But think of all the little lessons you could take away from this. One, know where your spare is, how to get it out from under your truck. Two, know how to change it and know where the tools are in your vehicle. Three, be prepared to walk home in the dark if something happens and you get stuck in the dark. And I actually had my little tactical flashlight, so whenever I cross streets, I put it on strobe so people could see me. And I had a few cars come up. They were hauling ass till they saw that light come on and they slowed down and let me cross. So I may have prevented myself from getting hit by a dumbass. Also, don't drink and drive Uber. Unless you have no Ubers, then you walk. But a lot of little lessons yesterday. But God bless. I was up at 4:30. I didn't get to bed till 1. I got up this morning at 8. Which is way late for me, and I hurt everywhere. My back hurt, everything hurt. And I'm like, you know what? That's okay because I'm, you know, now I'm functional. It took me about half an hour to get rid of the pain, walk around. But these are important things. Are you in good enough shape to change your tire? Are you in good enough shape to walk 2 miles home, 4 miles home? If you're not, is there something you can do to make it that you can handle that kind of situation better? And again, everyone's in a different place in life, right? We've all got injuries as you get older. Everyone hurts for something. By the way, those of you who are coming in a little late, my chat is locked. I don't miss drinking. Well, I'll tell you what, Pilgrim, I normally moderate my drinking. I just wasn't expecting to walk home in the heat, in jeans, in the dark. That was my own, but who'd have thought, right? But I did think I had the foresight to bring the flashlight. Hey, independent. And I also know my route home on foot from various locations in town. Another good thing to know. So, yeah, other than, you know, feeling kind of tired, it was funny. I walked into the house when my wife finally picked me up, when she finally got the texts. And I walk into the house, I smell like cigar smoke, beer, dirt, oil, probably still smell like gunpowder. And all the corgis came and were just sniffing me, like, Dad's been somewhere. And it was so hilarious because I'm trying to like take my shoes off and they want to put their nose in the shoe or under my shoe or in my pant leg. And I'm like, guys, I'm trying to get out of these clothes because I could smell me. And they're like, no. You smell interesting. You've been somewhere. But which is comical. My daughter just had a friend who got behind the wheel drunk and went the wrong way and hit a car. Oh no. See that. And you know what? Like I said, I Ubered to the event because I knew I might be drinking. And I didn't want to park at this event. It was going to be so 4,000 people in one event. It was a private event, no less. So it was just a shit show of companies and trucks. So from a stress standpoint, I didn't want to drive. But then I wound up having some drinks later in the evening anyway. But I got smart. I drank. No drinky drive, no. See, Devil Dog, that's heartbreaking. So the young man who died that I did that live stream a couple of weeks ago, the young geophysicist, a brilliant guy too. 31-year-old master degree guy, just met who would have been probably his wife. He drove drunk and yeah, no kidding. Well, Dan, After the event, you know, I had people spill drinks on you at this kind of event, right? You're outdoors, there's barbecue, bunch of tents, you know, everyone's having a good time. But then I had to walk home because I couldn't, the cell towers are saturated. I couldn't call an Uber. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm 3 miles to the house. I can walk home. And the good thing was I got home, I was so dehydrated. I drank water for an hour. And yeah, I woke up, there was no hangover. I felt, at that respect, I felt great. I sound like Nick Nolte, like I said, but yeah, I was just like, my knees, everything hurt. But again, you gotta think, all those little oopsies, if they happened all in one day. I lost a friend at 16 years old drinking and driving. Yeah, see, that stuff's bad. And I gotta applaud the bosses in my company. They set up a corporate Uber account. So, you know, I have my Uber app on my phone with my own credit card and all that shit. They gave me a code that I had entered. Now I have the company account. So if it's on a business trip, like I'm meeting someone for dinner, we're gonna have some wine, or whatever, we're gonna have booze, and I need a ride there and back, they don't have any questions. I don't have to put it on an expense report. It goes directly to the company, and it has a section says, what was the purpose? And I'll be like, dinner with, you know, company A and their engineer because of whatever project. That's it. No questions asked. And you think about it from the liability standpoint, it's smart, right? The company is saying, we know you guys have to meet up, you have dinner, you have drinks, or you come home tired. Even if you're not drinking, you've been up for 24, 36 hours. You shouldn't be behind the wheel. That's not much better. Because you fall asleep behind the wheel, you kill yourself. So we will pay for your Uber because what, the $300-400 a month the company pays is nothing compared to a loss of life, somebody getting crippled. You know what I mean? So I applaud the company for that. That's the first time I've seen a big company take that step. Holy shit. And that guy just had a mattress fly out of his truck right in front of me. And I just went around it. Hold on a second here. This dumb fuck. Hey! All right, yeah, go down. I think you just realized what happened. Oh no, he's trying to get away. You better turn around, fucker. Moron. He has a truck. He's pulling this big dump, whatever. And hey, have a good night, KP. Get some rest. And the mattress just flew out as I was talking to you. Situational awareness. God, it's like I'm having this hungover Final Destination shit this week. But it's not trying to kill me. It's just screwing with me. Where literally there was a mattress almost landed on my windshield while I was talking to you guys. I gotta pick up a docking station at the office. I'm gonna get a coffee and I'm gonna go my ass home. I can't, in theory, I can't get killed by flying mattresses or drunk drivers if I'm in my room. In my office at the house. Oh Lord, guys, this is too much. What a week. But anyway, all those little things, right? The blown out tire, the having to walk home, not being able to find retires. I'm telling you, Devil Dog, insane. I almost got smushed by that police pursuit last month. Now this idiot just, a mattress flew out of his car. I think that Mustang behind me hit that freaking mattress, which sucks, because that's a low car. Dan, I can't complain because the last clay shoot I went to that I worked, I didn't even shoot, and I won a pistol. They're like, oh yeah, since you volunteered, you can throw your names in the raffle. And I was the second name they called. So I was quite excited about that. So I get my prizes, like I win good stuff happens, but this last 48 hours has been such a weird shit. And I'm still here. It's never a dull moment. But folks, a lot of lessons, all these little, they weren't really a shit hit the fan. It was more like little rabbit turds in life, right? You get these rabbit turds in life, and you got to think, if something bad was happening, and that happened as well, do you know how to handle it? Can you change your tire? Do you have the right tools? Can Can you walk home a few miles if you need to? We take that for granted, that, oh, if my tire's screwed up, I'll just, go to the shop. But what if there's no shop? What if you can't make it? What if your vehicle dies? And what if a semi is making a bad left turn? Oh, these people. You want to see really exciting? Hey, Texas, you want to see really exciting driving? Go drive around Houston, because apparently the speed limit is infinity in certain parts of Houston. Like, they don't even have numbers. They just have the infinite sign. But yeah, folks, this is a lot of little lessons you can learn from day-to-day shit that happens. But again, imagine, I don't know, this be real silly. EMP knocks everything out. Now I gotta walk 2 miles to get home, right? 3 miles in the dark. Or they hack the grid, whatever. Or there's just a blackout. You get a storm, everything goes dark. Now you gotta walk home. Lanes are just a suggestion. No, they stay in the lanes, Nostra. That's the funny thing. Everyone obeys the lanes. They use signals and everything. They're just going 104 miles an hour. So, I mean, like, yeah, you put a signal. I had a whole 3/5 of a second to realize what you were doing before you cut me off. But technically, you put a signal on. But, yeah, a lot of little lessons you can learn. I just realized my cooler's in the back. I hear the ice jiggling. That means I have a cold soda back there. That's actually a good thing. I'm selling my newer GMC and getting an older Blazer. Oh God, I remember the distributor caps. So when you switch the distributor caps and you have the rotor inside, my dad would mark them with tape, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so he knew the order to put them back in. And I don't remember what he did. One day he fucked it up. And he didn't know the order of the wires. And my poor dad, he was a good mechanic and a good machinist, but every now and then he had a fail. And when he failed, it wasn't like, oh no, it cost me an hour. No, it's like 5 hours later we got it right. And then he was pissed and he's cursing in multiple languages. It was just, man, those old men I grew up with, they were a different breed of people. But yeah, lots of lessons we can all take. Finally made it to the garage, which is nice. From day-to-day shit that happens, folks. Things can occur, and you need to be able to manage these things, right? Because you think about it, the blown tire, if I didn't take the steps to make sure I had the spare and I check its inflation, if I didn't regularly check where the tools are, I would have had a problem. If I had no spare, I would have had a problem. You don't have to be a triathlete, but be reasonably fit. Last night I had to walk home because couldn't get a cab, couldn't get an Uber. I was 3 miles from home. I'm like, screw it, I'll send a text to my wife. Maybe if I walk far enough away from the event, another tower will pick up the message and she'll get it. But I was more than capable of walking the distance. That was just a long day. But these are things you guys have to factor in, because if something happens and you've commuted downtown for work, you're visiting a friend, you could be at the damn grocery store picking up food, and some shit goes down and now you have to be on foot to get home. Are you ready to do that? Had you factored that in to your preparedness going forward? And if you haven't, can you? Is there something you can do? Maybe keep a pair of sneakers in your truck. If you go to work in steel-toed boots or high heels or whatever, you don't want to walk 3-4 hours with steel toes or heels. Do you keep an extra pair of sneakers somewhere? Having those little thoughts in the back of your mind can make a huge, huge difference in how things play out. It can make a huge difference in the way, like I said, a rabbit turd. Hey, Vision, good morning or good afternoon already. A rabbit turd in life could quickly become a disaster. In an emergency or catastrophic event, I'm confiscating transportation. Well, you know what's funny, Canadian? In an emergency, you can see a lot of bad people, right? But you'll also see a lot of people who be like, you know what? Look, I'll help you change that tire if you give me a ride to the other side of town, Right now, you just found an ally, because it's like, okay, you changed my tire, get in, we're going to drive, all right, here's your spot, get out. So, hey, thank you, Texas Psychobilly, I appreciate you. All those little things that happened to me yesterday. Even today, while I was a video, those of you who just rolled in late, I was talking about this subject and about the little dog turds in life that you can use as lessons. And no sooner this truck hauling trash, a mattress, not a mattress, a box spring flips out of the back of the truck and goes flying in the air. And I'm like maneuvering on the video, trying to get around the damn thing. Again, knowing how to handle that kind of stuff. I learned expensively. I always carry a cooler in my car. Gas leak, I'm in a block between traffic and fire department. Lost a carload of groceries. Ooh, absolutely an interesting idea. That's actually really smart. Like if you're going to go grocery shopping, just bring the cooler. Because the worst place you go back, find the gas station and throw an extra thing of ice in there. I know where the city-owned stuff is. Household on, try to kick my ass or break. Yeah, no, I could see that. So yeah, folks, like I said, I wasn't planning to not get an Uber. I did the right thing, right? I knew I might be drinking. Take the Uber to the event, but there were so many people, the towers got saturated. I couldn't get an Uber to come home, couldn't call the wife who was up anyway. She's working on a project. So on foot I go. But I did bring my little tactical flashlight because I know that in those country roads, you know, it's a small city, but it gets really dark on some of these intersections. A driver can't see me. I didn't dress for visibility because I wasn't thinking I was going to walk home. So having the flashlight where I could put it on strobe as I crossed intersections really helped me. I had one young colleague disappeared on us, and that kiddo, she hit the tequila pretty good, and we couldn't find her at the event. We're like, oh shit, did she drive home? But apparently someone took her car keys and they drove her home, which means she probably has to go pick up her car this morning. But that's fine. Better that than she drive home. So keep an eye on your friends as well. Well, the Watchman, it was a closed event and there was a shit ton of police and security there. But to your point, you go out drinking in like a general public venue. You can 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, 4. Yeah. Oh, there were a few of those yesterday. I was smart enough because I was up at 4:30 and I had so many things go up. It's no tequila, you get married to a stripper. Fortunately, I had my bad tequila incident in college, and unless it's really good tequila in my house, like the Patron, I'm not drinking nasty tequila at a bar because I'll just get flashbacks from that night in college. Oof, that was just bad. Yeah, everyone was sick. It was just awful. That was one of those epiphany nights where you were suddenly really smart while you were really drunk all at the same time because you learned a very painful lesson. And nasty yellow tequila, maybe a stripper named Steve, that would be bad. Although with the luck some of us have been having lately, hell, you never know. I don't have money for fancy booze. Yeah, but you drink vodka, Joe. So the vodka is not, I've been married 42 years, I'm worried about the strippers. Yeah, well, yeah, I've got a pretty wife at home who's way more, her name was Bambi. All right, Joe, see, that's where you fucked up. You married a Disney creature. I mean, come on now. But anyway, the cocktails were $7 before the lockdown. You know what, Watchmen, depending on where you go, yeah, it's expensive. You're better off just going home. Have your friends come over and let them get a ride back home. But yeah, folks, a lot of little problems that happened one after the other. A lot of little lessons you can learn. So, and like I said, like having the box spring come flying at me right in the middle of this video while I was driving to my work. Yeah, those kind of things, those are the lessons you want to learn. Those are the lessons you want to keep in the back of your mind. And if you're not ready to handle them, The question is, what can you do? If you don't have a jack in your car, or you don't know, go to your car, put your hands on the jack and the tools to change your tire. Do you have a spare? Put your hands on the spare. Check the inflation. Are you in good enough shape to walk from the grocery store that you normally go to, whatever it is, to your house if you had to? If not, do you have a change of shoes that might make it easier? Change of clothes to make it easier? Try to factor those things in, because they can make a big difference in an emergency, guys. So anyway, I'm going to give my voice a rest. I'm going to try and recover from yesterday's insanity. And I got to set up another team for another clay shoot for cancer awareness. And it looks like I'm shooting with all ladies except for me and one other guy. And one of them, her grandpa competed in the Olympics. So she's probably going to burn my ass on the skeet or in the sporting clays, which is cool because we need a few ringers. And I might bring one of the Marines with me just so they can keep us out of trouble. But anyway, folks, 20-year-old Joe made poor decisions. I think 20-year-old everybody made poor decisions. Anyway, guys, be good, be safe. Learn from those little events in life, because those are the ones that have a lot of value. And honestly, those are the ones that if you don't have them in your mind, you don't know how to handle them, oh no, Texas, you're great. And again, I couldn't see all the chat because I'm locked on live chat I'm locked on top chat only. Yeah, vision. So the new F-150s, they put it behind the seat, the upright. There's like a little thing you got to pull. It's not under the seat where the old trucks used to have it. So when my tire went out, I know I have a jack in here. Where the hell is it supposed to be? Yeah, Dan. Well, I have two ladies are experienced shooters. One is a bird hunter, so she should be competent. I think one has never picked up a firearm before. And so that's the one I'm worried about. I want the Marine there because he's a pretty good firearms instructor. The Marsoc guy, he was a teams guy at one point. So, he can keep an eye on the newbies for me. But anyway, folks, be safe, be careful. Learn from those little mistakes that happen, or those situations that happen. I was fortunate. I had my ducks in a row. Blowing out a tire with no spare, problem. Blowing out a tire with no jack, problem. Wasn't a problem for me because I had both. And when they did all the tire swapping at the shop, I was like, put the spare back, check its inflation. And I sat there and watched them put it back to make sure it was put back the right way. So, be ready for those little things, because there's no reason for a little to become an SHTF. Remember, an SHTF doesn't have to be, the damn Godzillas. It can be an accident. It can be something else happens, and it just spirals. So be ready for that kind of folk stuff. Just be careful. But anyway, you guys be good. Be safe out there. God bless. And I may see you later this weekend. I might take the weekend off and crash. I'm not sure yet. You guys be good. Take care.